All right, I'm back. Hopefully, people get notifications now. If people don't, I'll send it. And the reason why my nose looks bad is because I got a very bad sunburn. Someone commented that when I ended, but hopefully, people get notifications this time. If they don't, I'll just end it. It is what it is. I don't think people want to tune in after this freaking ugly game anyway. This game was pathetic, but it is what it is. We got to cope with it. We're Knicks fans. We're Knicks fans. Got to be able to deal with it. When you're a Knicks fan, you should be able to deal with everything. So, if you know what I mean. Okay, we're getting notifications. Good. We already have 4 people now. YouTube's actually working now. Avery, what's going on? I went live last time. No notifications happened. Yeah, Anthony Edwards, he's a dog. I had some concerns about him, but definitely his lack, of people saying his lack of motor, or that was never a question mark. His lack of motor at all. He's gonna attack, and that's what he did in this basketball game. What's going on, Avery? Tough loss. I didn't see what did Edwards say about RJ? What did Anthony Edwards say about RJ? Knicks lost in heartbreaking fashion. I don't know if you watched the game. It was absolutely disgusting. We're up 18 points, crucial turnovers, stupid basketball at the end. I got a really bad sunburn when I was in Florida, on my nose, and I was like picking at it. What did he say? I don't even know what what did Anthony Edwards say? Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too, Drew. I don't know if Avery was like trolling or what. Damn, that's messed up to say that RJ was the guy they wanted to get. Well, I'll be real, as a Knicks fan, I would want RJ to have the ball in his hands too. He hasn't proven to be clutch. I don't think it's really a disrespectful thing. It was just a game plan. I don't think they meant it in that type of way, but maybe it was like the weakness, or you could have phrased it differently. But I get what he's saying. Pale people problems, yeah. But we knew Edwards had maturity issues coming out of college. We knew this. He had character issues of maturity. He said he wanted RJ to take the last shot. He wanted no one else to take. Maybe that was the game plan. I don't think it's really roasting. I think it was just a part of the game plan. It came out bad. I don't know how he phrased it though. That's the thing. I'm gonna go. Let's see. Let's see how he phrased it. Did he roast him in a way? Yeah, it sucks, Drew. Yo, buzzer beater. People got notifications now, which is good, because I saw people tune in like that. So it was just YouTube being stupid. Hopefully, he didn't say in an asshole type of way. But he doesn't really have room to talk. Oh, he phrased it badly. Next click. Alright, I'm gonna check this out. It's the Knicks logo and it's Kobe. It's the Knicks logo on the left, and then it's Kobe on the right. Because Kobe was obviously clutch, and if you're noticing the things on the bottom of the profile picture, a subscriber actually made it for me. Because the clutch of a car, I thought it was a good idea. That a subscriber of mine made it. Shout out to the new Knicks. Alright, well, I'm gonna watch this. Trying to hear the volume. Oh, that was really rude. He said it bad. That's rude. That's effed up. I hope RJ gets motivated by that shit. RJ better get motivated by this shit. That was the way he said it was so disrespectful. He said it in an asshole type of way. All right, I'll play it for you guys.
Gladly, RJ Barrett caught it, and if he would have made the shot, we would live with it. I mean, because that's what we wanted, taking the shot. We didn't want anybody else taking it.
Kind of take us through that.
Edwards can't even talk. He's like one of the most inefficient players in the NBA. And he plays on the worst team in the league. You don't have to do that buzzer beater. I don't know if there'll ever be that amount of people, though. I hope RJ busts his freaking ass and humbles that freaking kid. Even though RJ can't even drink yet. What's going on, Chris Vertical? That's major disrespect towards RJ. Like, you didn't have to phrase it that way. You could have just said it was the game plan. All you could have said was we didn't want Randall having the basketball. That's all you could have said. Like, you didn't have to bring up RJ at all. You could have just said we didn't want Randall have the ball at the end of the game. And subscribe to Caden if you haven't already. Big time Hawks fan. I think they're moving in the right direction now with Nate McMillan, much better coach than Lloyd Pierce. Let me read the comments if I can. Someone commented the fact that RJ's way better than him. This effing guy, okay, Anthony. Someone said RJ had 23 points and 3 of 4 from 3. Yeah, that's disrespectful. That really is. He frees it like an ass. Chris Vertical. What an ass. Oh yeah, but Buzzer Beater said this. Again, you don't have to do that Buzzer Beater even if we do. He said if Noah gets 25 likes while he is live streaming, I'll super chat $25. I don't think I've ever gotten that much. And you don't have to do that even if we do get 25 likes. But I wouldn't complain. But appreciate that, Buzzer Beater. I appreciate being a great supporter of the channel. Really do. I love Anthony Edwards. Like, he has some maturity issues, though, like growing up to do and all that. But he's on the Timberwolves, Avery. We don't have to worry about him winning. We know they're one of the worst organizations in sports. They're worse than the Knicks when it comes to organizations in sports. So what's going on, Finesseful? He says, I got you. God, he said it. He didn't have to. Did he mean it that way? Like, he was smiling like a dick, too. Oh, my. What an ass. It's on Bleacher Report. It's not on Bleacher Report. He's the Broadway bully. There you go. Chris Vertical, I love him. He always brings the most random, hilarious comments. I was shooting mid-range shots at 100% with Dennis Smith Jr. when you reminded me to like. There you go. There you go. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, my thoughts on the Knicks, anything, be free to put them down below in the comments. Obviously, disgusting loss. I pretty much discussed everything because, the other stream, no one was getting notifications or anything. So, it is what it is. But F Anthony Edwards. Who does he think he is? Hashtag Broadway bully. Damn, Anthony Edwards. I thought I was gonna like you. Now I have to send that to my boy MH, and now he's gonna hate him. Or no comment. Yo, I love it, Buzzer Beater. We got 18 more likes to go. Anthony Edwards could have just said we didn't want the ball in Randall's hands. Me too, Chris Vertical. Of course, we need another center. If it's in the draft, I don't care how we address it. We need more than a center, too, though. We need another wing, and we need a point guard, and then I think we're set. We know RJ's set for the future. We know Randall is. Mitch, I don't think so. Point guard, wing. We need those. because Bullock's not our future as a wing. What an ass. What an ass. What a freaking ass. Lord. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna hit that like. I don't think anyone's joining this stream. Only have 7 people in here. Yeah, RJ's athletic, but he's not like a elevation type of guy, like in the half court setting. And I think it's too early to not like say if RJ's clutch or not. He's only 20 years old. Awful, Scott. Awful. What's going on, man? He's still at 23, but also Edwards killed him, so. Wait, let's see last time Anthony Edwards played the Knicks. Let's see. I believe he had, like, a very trash game. IQ was on the floor. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I don't know if they drew up that play for RJ or what. Yo, what's going on, Karam? How you doing, man? Oh, wait, I forgot RJ, your brother Julius Randle, got posterized by Dennis Smith Jr. Well, then RJ needs to learn how to posterize people like DSJ or anybody but his brother Julius Randle. Nah, Randle's just pissed because he has to come every time back in the game to kill the bleeding. Yeah, Randle carries this damn team. Randle and RJ carried tonight. The bench didn't do shit. Yeah, what did he have last time he played the Knicks? It's all good, man. We just have to hopefully bounce back. Inexcusable, though. You got to beat the Timberwolves. You have to. Toppin's whatever at this point. He made a 3. What to do? By the way, the only reason why I'm saying Julius Randle and RJ are brothers is because Mitch once made a joke that they look alike. Interesting. I know there's a funny picture that RJ and Frank look alike. Yeah, why is Anthony Edwards even talking, though? He's on the Timberwolves, the worst team in the league. Why is he even talking? Knicks are in the playoffs, at least. Congrats, finally won a game. Mitch is hurt. He fractured his foot like a few days ago. He's out for the season. Yeah, we could be the Rockets and Timberwolves. Yeah, I appreciate that, Drew. I really do. Wait, what did Buzzer Beater want us to get to? 26 likes? Edwards has a huge ego. What he said about RJ was messed up, though. He didn't have to be, like, an asshole. Yeah, Mitch gets hurt a lot. No, I did not like the pick of Obi. I can send you a clip if you want on Twitter of me saying how the Knicks shouldn't draft Obi Toppin. I went to Clearwater, Florida. You live in Miami, gotcha. RJ's been a better shooter this season. He hasn't been good, he's been solid. Or at least okay. Yeah. Yo, Heartstorm Media. If you haven't already, check out Heartstorm Media. Really appreciate you sliding through, man. He says, "Yo, thanks for coming through, win or lose." Yeah, of course, man. I love chopping it up with you, talking Knicks or whatever it is. Of course, you talk Netflix, suggesting certain movies, and I'm gonna have to check those out. I was having trouble finding new things on Netflix, especially because they took like my favorite show, one of my favorite shows, of The Office off, and the Friends, of course. Even though I've seen that show a million times, but if you haven't already, sub a Heartstorm Media. He brings up a bunch of different types of content to his channel. If it's the Giants, if it's the Knicks, like lifestyle stuff, like I love what he brings to the table. Um, your Thunder won tonight. Congrats, man. Oh yeah, I saw Brown played well for you guys. Moses Brown. He's just immature. He just is. Did you see what Anthony Edwards said about RJ Heartstorm Media? He was talking about. He said it in such an a-hole way. I think it was the really tall basketball player. I don't take it personal though. I don't watch like a bunch of like individual YouTubers. I watch like live streams nowadays. But it was like that really tall basketball player, that video that went viral. Jeez, it happens. But yeah, he was talking about, it was like, oh, we wanted the ball in RJ's hands. Like, we felt comfortable with that, even if he made it. Okay, got you. Most underrated player on the Knicks? I feel like RJ's not getting enough credit this year. Maybe Alec Burks. Maybe Alec Burks is the most underrated. Because I'll play the audio clip for you if I can pull it up. But yeah, Heartstorm Media, thank you so much for Super Chat, man. I really, really appreciate it. I really, really do. And it's on the worst team in the league. That's where you draw the line. Alfred Payne sucks. He brings certain things, I guess, but he's just not our future. He's Teo Pinson. Yeah, he celebrates on the bench. He motivates these guys. Though he is a really positive guy. You could tell he loves his teammates and all that. Taj is the most underrated. Still does bring some solid things to the game and a clutch tip in. Oh, what's going on? I don't know if I've ever seen you on the channel, but I appreciate you tuning in, Luca. Love your name. You have a goated name. Don't understand the logic. Nice Yankees profile picture, by the way. He says, don't understand the logic of people who'd rather be a lottery pick than getting into the playoffs. Although losing the first round, yeah, I get that too. I want to see growth and progress. Yeah, the Knicks have been so bad for such a long time. Got to build a winning culture at some point. Tanking or losing, not getting top draft picks haven't been working out. So you got to attract players in different ways. But of course, like the free agency pool isn't stacked anymore because a bunch of these players are re-signing. But you can also find ways to get draft picks other ways of taking on bad contracts, getting draft capital, trading up. There's other ways to be good in the league, you know? Like, look at the Heat. Pat Riley doesn't believe in tanking. He built a good culture. That's why his team went to the finals last year. Yeah, Taj, he played very well. I thought he did. Sometimes the chat moves too fast on here, so I have to, because it like scrolls a weird way. Oh no, Dennis Schroeder turned down over 80 million. Hell no. I did see that. I like Anthony Edwards. I don't like what he said. He should have just said we didn't want the ball in Julius Randle's hands. It is what it is. Not gonna like be salty and all this. Edwards had big shots. He wasn't scared down the stretch of this game. But he didn't act like class act at all. Yeah, but I didn't think he was coming there. It would have been nice. We need a point guard bad, even though he's been more of a 2 for Toronto. Lowry plays the 1. But yeah, we need a point guard. We've been needing that since I was born. LaMelo Ball, it's not close. LaMelo. LaMelo was a clear-cut Rookie of the Year. Yo, we have 16 people in here. Appreciate you guys being here. Can we smash that like button? Yo, what's going on, Cowboy X Factor? We'll see what happens. We play you guys Friday on my birthday. Congrats on the win, by the way, against Boston. Boston's been disappointing this year. But yeah, we got to win Friday. He's hurt. I don't know what he hurt. Don't be worried about that game. You guys been rolling in. I'm scared offensively of our team. Because Chris Vertical's a troll. Never mind. I almost fell for it. He's on the Timberwolves. That's what happened. Well, I saw you guys were up so much. I was surprised it was close, but you guys pulled it out. But same thing with this Timberwolves game, up 18. Yes, because that was the last time we were good. Definitely devastating when we lost the Pacers. What if the Knicks trade RJ and Alec Burks for Moses Brown and 2 second-round picks? That would be retarded. Yeah, they're the worst team in the league. I don't get it. He has some growing up to do. LaMelo could always shoot. He just had a bad shooting season in Australia, and people were questioning. And he's just an insane passer. Who's your ideal third center behind Taj and Noel plus a backup center? I don't know. I'm at this point. Some people are talking about bringing in a Kyle O'Quinn. DeMarcus Cousins most likely is going to the Clippers. All those reports are coming out. Dwayne Dedman, maybe you could bring in. No, we're not doing that. Trade RJ for DeRozan. Oh, Steve Novak. Novak for 3. Bang! Puts it in. Robinson and RJ need to switch voices. Yo, buzzer beater. Wait, Clutch. If you send me the link, wait. Clutch, if you send me the link, it was one point I didn't get to make. Oh yeah, I'll try to send you the link. I'll have to unplug this mic though, because for some reason the audio's I can't hear you when and the microphone plugged in. So I might have to hold my phone. Oh, I got a really bad sunburn in Florida. But yeah, let's have Heartstore Media on. I'll have to take off the tripod real quick. This is really unprofessional. Alright, so let's see if I can send the link. Can I drop it? Oh yeah, I got this. Hold up. Invite a guest, copy to clipboard. Gosh. Wait, guys, I'll be right back. I have to check your Twitter Heartstore Media because it won't let me drop it in the chat because I'm on my phone. Actually. Or is there a way I could do it on here? I think there's a way I could do it on here, actually. Yo, Heartstorm Gang. Yo, Love Laced Apparel. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know why Mitch is always injured. I'm on my phone. I can't drop it. It's weird. Very weird. We have 17 people in the chat, though. What's going on, guys? Any of you guys have questions? Who's better, Steve Novak or Chris Copeland? Steve Novak. Chris Copeland, though. Interesting name you brought up there. RJ still lacks a bit of coordination. Just give him time to develop. Yeah, he's still growing into his body. But I like Novak a lot. I really did. All right, I'm gonna drop the link. All right, man. I got you. Patience. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, you are on Twitter, but I could just drop it in the YouTube chat. I can still do it this way. $17 in the chat, but 14 likes. What? Yeah, he had like 32 points, and then he was like nothing after that. All right, invite. Copy to clipboard. My boy Heartstorm Media wanted to make a point. Hopefully I could hear him clear, because I remember last time I did it on my phone. It was like really laggy. Or I didn't hear him. Marcus Camby or Rasheed Wallace. Oh, yeah, I have to let him in.
Yo,
Yo,
thanks for having me on your channel. What's going on, guys? Look, I just want to make this point real quick. I don't want to interrupt. It was something that we were talking about and we got distracted, probably talking about Netflix, but I don't even have a banner right now, but that's cool. So guys, I'm Mustafa Love with Hearthstone Media. So I'm just say that right there. Die hard Knicks fan, been a Knicks fan all my life. So it was one thing I was talking about when we were talking about injuries. When a guy brought up the fact that somebody brought up right before you jumped on that we need to relax now. This game was like a wake-up call for us. They're like, oh, wake up, you're still in Knicks, whatever. And I was like, let's think about it like this. We have been healthy all season. And now we are dealing with missing our number one guy off the bench, our backup and sometimes starting point guard. Really, the guy that should be our starting point guard. And we're also missing our starting center. If you take the starting center and starting point guard or backup point guard from most NBA teams, they lose a couple of games. Yep. So in the commenters saying like, oh, we need to relax, this is still the Knicks. Like, dude, we just lost our starting center. And our backup point guard, our sixth man, who averages about 15, 16 points a game. It's not easy to make up for that. Now, the point I was trying to make is we are one of the few teams in the league that have playable players from number 1 to 10. We had 2 guys that could have been playing, getting DMPs. Austin Rivers could play on almost any other team in the league. He was getting DMP for us. It wasn't just because he was at a favorite locker room. We really didn't need him. Frank, as bad as he is at times, can go to a lot of other teams and play. He was in the Spurs, he can get minutes. He was with Cleveland, he can get minutes. He was with Orlando, he can get minutes. He's a lot of teams he can play for. Kevin Knox, if he's with I say it all the time. If Kevin Knox was on Golden State's team right now, in place of Kelly Oubre, starting, he'd average 12 to 15 points a game. You know what I mean? We got guys that can play. We have that luxury. We're like the only team in the league that are 3 guys deep at every single position. And that was the point I was making when you were on. The one position that we are weakest at is power forward, which was the one we were deepest at last year. Yeah. We had 3 centers. Not a lot of teams have 3 centers that can get minutes. Nerlens Noel can start on a lot of teams. He starts on ours, serviceable for us. Mitch can start on a lot of teams. Taj is not a starter, but he could start on some very bad teams. He's definitely a good guy off the bench. The only team position we're weak at is at power forward. We got 3 point guards that could actually play. 4, actually. Yeah. Got EP, Rose, Quick can play the point, and then you got Frank can play the point. At 2, we got Burks. RJ can play the 2 or the 3. We got Burks and Bullock, Quick off the bench. We got a really deep team, but we still are missing 2 key players. So we shouldn't expect to just run the table the next 4 games, missing very key guys, even though we've gotten to the point of being good enough that we as fans expect wins.
I know what you mean.
It's a great luxury.
Yeah. I'm glad you made up that point because I always thought of course, except the season we had Derrick Rose, Porzingis, and people call that a so-called super team.
The super team. The super team.
With Kuzminskis, Ron Baker. But we've actually had some solid depth under Fizdale. It was just not being utilized properly at all. There was just no structure. It was oh, you're not that good. You're not being thrown out there at all. At least when Frank's thrown out there, it's in a role. Even Knox. People may say Knox is trash, but he had a role on the team. They had him shooting threes in the corner because they're all right, Knox, you're not developed. We don't believe in you putting the ball on the floor, but at least we have you spotting up in the corner.
Yeah.
Even though we agree that he should be getting minutes over Obi. I don't care that we draft. I think he brings at least something to the game. But yeah, I really understand what you're saying. And And the injuries could be a lot worse. They really could be a lot worse.
Yeah, we've been blessed. And I would say this. I mean, you got other teams that are missing their big stars, but the fact that, and that's another video of my MVP conversation there. But even under Fizdale, the problem with the Fizdale regime was we had too many C and C minus players.
Mm-hmm.
All guys that could play in the league, but they were getting too many minutes for us. Like, we didn't need Damian Dotson playing 34 minutes a game. Damian Dotson should be getting 15 minutes a game, but he's deserving of that. The worst guy on our team during that regime could have played other places, but we were playing him too much because we didn't have a lot of talent. So we had a bunch of guys that were like C plus guys. We didn't have any like F guys. We didn't have any guys that you would like never see on any team getting any minutes. And that's kind of our problem this year. I thought that was going to be a problem for this year, but injuries kind of work itself out though. So
yeah, I agree. With what you're saying, man. All right, this man sadly an Eagles fan, but if you're an Eagles fan, I guess check him out. I believe one of them is a Knicks fan. I believe the other one isn't. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're still here, Alfred is still a good defender and a decent playmaker, just not starting material. Bro, I'm trolling. Oh, someone said. I guess Payne's good. Bring back Stephon Marbury.
Hey, Stephon probably still getting buckets in China.
Yeah, is he still playing in China? I know he was at one.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Didn't he have like those shoes at one point that were selling?
He got the Starberries.
$5?
They big now.
Yep. There's Knicks fans who think Alfred is trash. Yo, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. We want Dotson. We want Dotson. I actually like Dotson. I liked him in the right role. Like, he was good. Like, he was a quality player for a second round pick. I didn't want him being like a starter, but if we played him like 10 to 15 minutes, that would have been nice.
We've gotten good production out of our second round picks. Great production out of second round picks. If you get a guy in the second round, it's guys that get drafted top 15 out of the league in 3 years. If you could draft somebody in the second round, now mind you, you could say a guy like Dotson was playing for us because we were bad.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been playing 34 minutes, but he was solid enough to play. If you can get some kind of production, a little bit of 3-and-D out of a second round pick, that's pretty good. We just effed up the first round picks.
Yeah.
During that regime.
Yeah, God. We look good right now, but we still need a nail on picks. We do. Because we still need players. Marbury's coaching in China right now. I didn't know he's coaching. Bring back Jeremy Lin. He's been killing it. I've really been surprised with this that like there's so many bad players in the NBA that I'm like, Jeremy Lin doesn't have a spot in the league. Like, I think getting a bad rap, like he was so good in the G League. People were saying how he's had injury concerns, but he hasn't been hurt the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember when he was with the Hornets, like he balled out in like this one playoff series. Like, he's still a quality player. I don't understand it. Like, all respect to Frank Ntilikina, but like, right?
Listen, who do we play against the other day? And I was shocked to see he was in the game getting minutes and jacking up ugly shots. Who do we just beat? Like, Matthew Dellavedova is still playing. He was playing for Cleveland. Now he's playing for another bad team. Who was the team that we just beat? That was bad. Did we beat? No, we didn't beat Detroit again.
The Bucks?
No. This was a team. Oh yeah, we did beat the Bucks when they were, without Giannis, and yeah, he's still with the Bucks.
Yeah.
So it's like, if Matthew Dellavedova, who doesn't do anything but come in the game and brick threes, is on a roster and getting minutes,
yeah,
Jeremy Lin could play someplace. You know what Jeremy Lin should at least be doing? He was a good enough teammate to be getting a check. There's a lot of guys that is sitting at the end of a bench. That's how I kind of think about like backup quarterbacks in the league, right?
Yeah.
In the NFL. It's some guys that just have the personality to make a team want to pay them. They're never gonna play. You know what I mean? Like, they'll play behind a guy that doesn't get hurt. Like, remember Curtis Painter was Peyton's backup, and then he was terrible when Peyton got hurt. They won one game that season, and then he ended up becoming Eli's backup.
Yeah,
and I'm like, how did that happen? We know this guy can't play. When he finally got a chance to play, he could not play. I was like, this must be a really, and they said back quarterback has got to be nice and have a nice smile. It was somebody somewhere sitting at home on the couch that could have been getting that $1.5 million a year instead of Curtis Painter. But luckily, he played behind Eli, who doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jeremy Lin should be getting the check, man.
Yeah, I obviously from a biased perspective, because you love the story of like how he was an underdog, and like when he was in high school, like he was still one of the top players in college basketball. I don't know if you've ever seen the documentary. It's a really good movie. It's just called Linsanity. He like outplayed Kemba Walker. He was like one of the top players in college basketball. Still went undrafted. Got invited to a summer league team. He like went on like a 2-way contract. Got cut. He just got
cut.
And I remember, I think it was the Warriors that went on to. They waived him straight up because they tried.
The Warriors waived him. Yeah.
Yeah, and jeez, it was just crazy. So, just you love an underdog story like that. So I'm always biased when it comes to Jeremy Lin. He's like probably the best point guard we've ever.
Hey.
No, but it's been that way. How do we lose? Let's not even get into it. No, it was bad, Pickle. It was bad. It was bad.
I don't even know how to describe how we lost that game. That's the sad part about it. It was one of them games they just slipped away. We're up, a couple of steals, missed a couple of good-looking shots. Julius played a little too much hero ball, a little too much one-on-one, but he had the matchup. He had a rookie on him. His eyes got big. He cooked the rookie for about 7 minutes, hit 3 straight really beautiful shots, and he just thought down his stretch he would hit one of those shots, and he just didn't. They were good-looking shots.
Yeah.
One bucket. We needed one bucket.
I don't know if you saw the footage, but I'm going to get into this comment. Someone said Edwards will never see the playoffs. As long as any players on Timberwolves will never see the playoffs. Jimmy Butler, Tom Thibodeau's this good of a coach that he brought the Timberwolves to the damn playoffs. Also, Jimmy Butler was there. But the damn Timberwolves, like, you watch Anthony Towns, he's not a winning player. Andrew Wiggins wasn't a winning player. But when you put Butler and Tibbs together, those mentally tough, they're beasts. I respect Jimmy Butler. Yeah. It really sucks that he isn't going to be a free agent coming up, because I would have freaking loved Jimmy Butler on this team, because the identity of just being mentally tough, the defense, being paired up with Tibbs again, that's a dream.
And they're about to blow that team up again. They're going to have to reboot again because D'Angelo Russell is never going to get healthy enough to play. They seem like they would have a decent trifecta with Russell, Towns, and now Edwards kind of emerging next season. It's just not going to happen, though. I really don't think it's going to happen. And they're going to be in a lottery again, and they'll probably mess that up.
Yeah, but the clip. Oh, go ahead.
Does somebody even have their pick? They might even have their pick. They made some trades.
Yeah, I think. Well, most likely they got it. I think it's like protected, but they've been so bad they're going to end up with the pick, and they're just going to ruin another player. Honestly, yeah. I remember they traded up for this player. He was in the national championship game. Who'd they play that year? I forgot. Was it Virginia?
Talking about Hasheem Thabeet?
Oh no, not him. He's a huge bust though. The Timberwolves traded up, and they got this player named Jarrett Culver, and like and he was out there tonight. Played 3 minutes. They traded up top 5 to get him in. Gosh, like he has this hitch in his shot from the free throw line. He had a nice block on RJ, but it was just like. It's just hard not to laugh at the Timberwolves. Not Garnett's number.
Culver is the worst pick in a deep draft. That was a deep top 7.
Yeah, it was Zion. It was Jaw. It was RJ, DeAndre Hunter, and I remember a lot of people making fun of the Suns for trading out of that spot, but Culver does. Yeah. Kobe White. I'm trying to think who else was in the draft.
Who we got? We got RJ. It was, you know what? That wasn't the deepest draft, but they took the worst. They ended up with the worst guy in the top 10. Yeah, they traded up for him. That's what makes it. And a guy, if we were redrafting that draft right now, that guy would be in the second round.
Or not drafted at all.
Yeah. So that's how bad their luck is. They could have got anybody else, literally, and they could have stayed at their pick and got anybody else and been better off than what they did. So. They got bad luck there.
Someone says I think the Warriors have their pick.
And then Russell trade. Quite possible.
Jeez. Just being a clown organization like always. Yeah. We should buy out Payne. I don't think anyone on the team likes him. Jimmy Butler said that Townsend and Wiggins have no heart and work ethic. Oh, yeah. Did you hear that story about, like, it was Jimmy Butler in practice with the bench players, and apparently he beat the starters with, like, the scrubs in practice, and he, like, whooped their ass.
Yeah, I heard a lot. It was a lot of Jimmy Butler was calling them dudes out, and it didn't work. You know, sometimes you got tough love. Like it's like what Kobe tried to do with Dwight Howard. It didn't work. You know what I mean? Like it could have worked. It just didn't work. It might work with some other players. It just didn't work with Dwight Howard. And Jimmy's brand of motivation works with the Miami Heat players and their culture. It didn't work with Minnesota's players. So he can go to, Bam and all those young guys and say, this is the way we're going to work and this is the way we're going to win. And then he proves it, which he really proved it with Minnesota. Like like you said, they got them to the playoffs. And now since they stunk.
And he brought, all respect to Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, brought that team to the freaking finals.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler, people were talking about like, oh, he didn't deserve the contract. He's not even a superstar. To me, you're a freaking superstar if you're bringing that team to the finals. But all respect to Pat Riley, we still can't freaking beat the Heat. That frustrated me because I was like in Florida, flew down because like we're up at halftime, but then I texted my boy MH, big Knicks fan. You might see him in like entertainer streams, and I was like, okay, second half of this game. When we're playing Jimmy Butler, the game's never over. And he had like 18 points in the second half or in like a quarter.
Yeah.
He just takes over. He seems like not like a fake tough guy. Like, all respect to Embiid. He's like a troll and he's just, I don't know. I really like Jimmy.
Jimmy Butler is the real deal. I wouldn't want to meet Jimmy Butler in a dark alley. He'd definitely make my top 3 of NBA players I would not want to like have an altercation with. He'd definitely be in the top 3. He's the top 3 of other NBA players list of NBA players they wouldn't want to be have an altercation with. I'm pretty sure he's up there.
Yo, but yeah, what do you think about Anthony Edwards' comments on RJ? I don't know if you saw the video. I've seen interviews with Edwards. I know he's from Georgia, of course. You hear the Georgia accent in his voice. I don't know if you've ever heard him in interviews. You could just tell he has that Southern accent. But he was pretty much saying, he was like, we wanted the ball in RJ Barrett's hands. He was like, we would have even been happy with it if he made the shot because like we didn't have confidence in him making it at all. All he could have said though was, we didn't want the ball in Randall's hands. Like, I don't know. He has some growing up to do with that. Like,
yeah.
And you watch his body language when he said it. He didn't say it in a serious way. Like, he was smiling. So he was kind of being like an a-hole about it.
Yeah.
But he's on the Timberwolves. You can't talk. So.
Yeah, and that's gonna be the laugh of the league, Like, come on, really? You who shoots 35% is saying you wanted the ball in somebody else's hands. But hey, that's a rookie mistake. Hopefully I don't care if they have leadership on their team that helps with that. Look, I want all players to improve and get better. I don't want to see guys be bust and ran out the league. I want to see players excel. So hopefully it's somebody out there on their team that pulls them up, hopefully is a player and not a coach. Somebody that he, is on his level that he respects, that can say, hey, that's not how to do it in this league. You know what I mean? Hey, look, one day we might need a guy like RJ. You might be on a team where it's like, hey, we're trying to sign RJ. And RJ's like, nah, man, I remember what he said about me, So you ain't got to try to make friends. But you gotta be careful of the enemies you make.
Respect players, you got to.
Yeah, you gotta respect. Yeah.
But Gamer's in the house. He's a Nets fan. Congrats on the win. Karam, Thunder fan, said Miami's a good run organization. Yeah, they are. Pat Riley, of course, we know what he did with the Lakers, what he did with the Knicks. He's just a winner. He doesn't believe in tanking. You saw what he does. It's all about culture for him. He's like, okay, we have like Goran Dragic as our best player. We have Kelly Olynyk. Let's not tank for the draft pick. Let's just try to still compete, and we'll get Jimmy Butler. I don't know. He just tries to attract players built off of a healthy culture and just trying to compete.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was really thinking about it. It's so crazy how us Knicks fans thought, like, oh, yeah, we're getting Kevin Durant. We just won 17 games. We just proved we have the most beautiful culture. Yeah, Zion Williamson, who hasn't even played a game. Even if we did get him, like, how's that going to attract Durant? He hasn't played one game in the league. And, yeah, I think back, like, yeah, Fizdale.
Yeah, man. Look, the Heat managed to still be respectable with Dion Waiters was taking 20 shots a game from them, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is bananas. They make miracles happen over there. I would say Pat Riley and Jerry West, best president slash GMs
I agree.
in the past 20 years. I can't think of, and whoever's really calling the shots for the Spurs over there, and they're causing.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if like obviously they don't get that much coverage because it's San Antonio, but they don't have like Ginobili, Parker, and Duncan, all that. But they have like an under the radar like young core. They have like really solid guys. They never have the flashy players. They just have guys that get it done, and they
draft well.
They just know how to win games. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe you weren't like fantastic in college, but we see some things that are going to translate, and we're going to assign you a role. You may not be a star, but you're going to contribute to this team. While the Knicks, like, oh yeah, he averaged 20 points per game in college. Oh, he's going to be the next Amari Stoudemire, Obi Toppin. Like, he's going to be a star. They don't like the Knicks. It seems like they don't care about roles. They're like, we've been bad for such a long time. You better be a star. If you're not, you're getting no minutes at all. That's just literally star.
Yeah. The Spurs could take any one of our guys off the bench and get production out of them. I truly believe that. Even top. And the Spurs haven't drafted. And I'm just throwing this number out there. I don't think the Spurs have drafted in the top 15 in the last 12 years. I don't think they've had a player drafted above 15 in the last 15 years. But they retained most of their draft player they drafted and got production out of them.
Just last season, because it was their first season of forever. They didn't make the playoffs. But yeah, that was like the only time in like freaking past.
Yeah. And what was that? What did they draft? 11? What was that? 11, 12? Because they weren't in the top 10.
It was 11, I'm pretty sure.
You know what I mean? So they're getting started. They've always been able to get starters or very good role players and bench players in the 20s. When the draft is really over, when people are just trading picks just for the sake of money and stuff, the Spurs are getting guys that are going to play. Spurs and the Warriors are good at that too.
Yeah, the Warriors are. Like they drafted Curry, they drafted Draymond, they drafted Clay. Even when Harrison Barnes was there. Someone says he has a Yankees logo. Luca, where are you from? Lance Stephenson looking to return to the NBA. You remember?
I bet he is. That man need a job. I want to return to the NBA too.
I just want to sim to the end of the season. Hopefully the fans are there. You don't have to do that buzzer beater. I appreciate it though. The Spurs have a strong structure and only require their players to do so much. Yeah, they don't put too much on their damn shoulders. We need knockdown shooters. Just go get some random G League player. Oh gosh. But there's some Duncan Robinson who the Heat got. Yo, it's so weird how the Heat do their they don't have a G League team in Florida. So pretty much their philosophy, like if you're not good enough to make the NBA, you're going to Seattle. That's where their G League team is. So they're good enough or not, because Duncan Robinson, he has a podcast and he was talking about how he like played for the Seattle G League team or whatever. And he was like, that kind of motivated me because I'm not even like close to the team or whatever.
Hey, sometimes they just look at a lot of organizations look at, and I said this is one of the things that we do wrong here, even as fans. We don't look at what a player can do well. We judge them on what they can't. The same reason why Knicks fans hate Elfrid Payton. We're like, oh man, this guy can't shoot. You've said it plenty of times. Elfrid Payton is trash. Elfrid Payton can't shoot. Everybody don't need to be out there shooting threes. It's great if you got not too many teams have players from 1 through 7 that are great all-around players.
Yeah.
Some that's just not what teams have. No team has that luxury. Some people are just there to get rebounds and foul people. Like that's their gig. Get rebounds, make hard fouls. Some people just shoot threes. It's just unfortunate when we didn't have 3-point shooting in the starting lineup, and then we had Elfrid Payton. If Reggie Bullock was knocking down the threes that he's getting paid to do, he's supposed to be the 3-and-D guy. Mm-hmm. If he was shooting 40% from three, we would never notice that Elfrid Payton was a horrible 3-point shooter. Because he'd be kicking the Reggie Bullock and he'd be hitting the threes.
Well, let's be real. If Payne was a good shooter, he'd probably be our point guard of the future because he does everything else so well. That's the big thing. Like,
if he could shoot threes, we'd be paying him $25 million a year.
Yeah, because
he wouldn't even be on our team.
We would. By the way, we have 20 people in the chat. Appreciate you guys. But like anyway, like Payne does everything else so well, and he's like such a tough player. It's just we just know Elfrid's not the future. It's just like we want him gone, or at least a lot of people want him gone. Like he does some things. Like he was having a good game. Like
he did. He had a good game until the last 6 minutes.
The turnovers, and it's just like people ignore like he puts up 17 points because they're like, oh wow, he made like 1 3. It was lucky or whatever. He's never gonna make that again. The next game he'll have 2 points, so it doesn't even matter. But from Brooklyn, New York, hyped for opening day. Oh yeah, Yankees boy. Frank,
yes, sir.
He'll be a superstar, but I think he would be like solid.
Scott said the same thing I say all the time. If Frank went to the Spurs, he'd be. You said it better. He won't be a superstar. He'd be a solid player. Greg Popovich would love a player like him. Frank plays good, solid defense. He's just a little too over-aggressive. He gets in foul trouble too much.
Yeah, he thinks it's like back in the day, like he's Gary Payne or something. When Frank was breaking these steal records, he was breaking Mark Jackson's records. People out here like, oh, we have the next Gary Payne. We have a franchise point guard. You see the defense he's playing on LeBron? I'll never forget. It was gosh, I hated this game.
I remember that game when LeBron knocked it down. He jumped up and got LeBron's face. Yes, we were hyped.
It's so funny because I remember when like Frank shoved LeBron, he was like, "Get out of my way" or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that's my freaking point guard. And then you look at it now, like Frank Ntilikina freaking pushed LeBron. And then it was like LeBron, because LeBron always does a stupid step back 3 that's so unnecessary, and he drills it over Porzingis. I'm like, oh my, how do you not see that coming? There's like 3 freaking seconds left in.
Oh man, know who my dude was? Y'all, I've never heard, now mind you, this is in recent memory, this is not even old. I've never heard a Knicks fan mention the name Mario Hezonja.
He blocked LeBron.
Yes, I love me some Mario Hezonja for all of his potential. I was like, man, when Mario Hezonja shot a 3-pointer, it was one of the prettiest things on earth, but it always hit the back of the rim. It was like always too hard. It was never short. And I was like, man, like this guy has such good talent. He was athletic. He dunked on the cup. Remember, he dunked on Giannis.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Dunked on Giannis.
Mario, one of the weirdest players. Overseas, they call him the Croatian Kobe. Don't forget, he was a top 5 pick by the Mets.
Yeah, Orlando picked him 5th. He went right after Kristaps.
Yeah, and people call him the Croatian Kobe. The thing with him, I was like, okay, low risk, high reward type of signing. Yeah. This was Knox's rookie year. And I was like, okay, he has some talent. Some games he looked amazing. I'm like, I see how he's a lottery pick. And then some games I'm like, how is he an NBA player?
Yeah, like, he was so inconsistent.
Bad. I'm like, why are you shooting that? Like, you're not Kobe. I don't know. I liked Hezonja. I remember like he had funny moments whenever like someone brings up oh, LeBron's better than Jordan. I'm like, Mario Hezonja blocked LeBron. And I'm like, all right, it's over.
Oh man, yeah, man. That was Mario Hezonja was my dude, man. Like I'm telling you, I was like, man, if he could just put it all together, man. But I don't even know who he's playing for right now. He's sitting on the bottom of somebody's bench, man. But he had players, man. Yeah.
I don't think he's in the league anymore. I think the last time he played like Moutier, Hezonja.
Yeah, Moutier's out the league. Yeah.
Because that team was bad. That was a Canner. I respected like how hard he played, but zero defense.
Gosh. Yeah, zero defense. He was just a double machine, offensive rebounding machine.
Yeah,
no athleticism. He was very technically sound though, because for you to not be able to jump a half an inch off the floor, but like damn near lead league in offensive rebounds.
Yeah,
average 15, 16 rebounds a game. Kenner was he was good for what he was good for. unfortunately, we needed him to do more because he produces for Portland. He's been a really good role player for Portland. Started for them when they centers got hurt, came off the bench, don't play good. We just needed better players, man. Like, I don't know, man. I'm still hurt that we traded Danilo Gallinari. Now I'm thinking about time. I love the Italian style.
We traded Mozgov. Yeah, and we could have got Melo a season or like in free agency. Even though I still, in a way, it wouldn't have changed things because there was still chemistry that had to be fixed. Like the first season was a disaster. I was like, am I watching this? Like, are Amari Stoudemire and like Carmelo Anthony really teammates? They look like they hate each other, and Melo wants nothing to do with the rest of the team.
Man, we should have kept that Raymond Felton, Amari Stoudemire pick and roll show going. That was working for us. We would have made the playoffs that year and been about the 6th seed.
God.
And then,
Tyson Chandler.
who knows? Sky's the limit from there.
That team had like no longevity at all, though. That team was just like,
well, we were a modge podge of players, man. We had a bunch of guys that weren't getting paid a lot of money. But listen, that team wasn't bad to watch. Amari went on that 8-game stretch of 30 points a game. Amari was looking like MVP. He was probably 5th in the MVP running that year, halfway through the season. Then the trade that changed it all.
Stupid injuries. Someone says 10th spot in the play-in. Have you seen the play-in rules? They're so weird for the NBA.
I haven't seen it yet.
You could be the 7th seed and still be in the play-in, and you could still miss the playoffs.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't know how they're doing it. And I don't know if it's a 1-game or 2-game or
like when you're the 7th seed. Let's say I believe they'll play because the 9th and 10th seed play each other, and like if the 10th seed like if they lose, they're just completely out of it. And then like the 9th seed has a chance to play the 8th seed, and I believe the 8th seed just has to win 1 game. But if the 9th seed wins like both the games, somehow the 8th seed's out of it, then the 9th seed becomes the 8th seed. There's so much that goes into it. But pretty much, if the 7th seed gets swept, they're just completely out of it. I don't know. I've like explained it so many times I forget. But
I'm gonna look it up.
The 10th spot in the play-in gets a chance at the playoffs and a number 8 pick. See, I don't know. I don't know if
I'm gonna check that out.
I don't know if you've seen the history of the 8th overall pick. It's awful.
Clutch, I gotta bow out because my phone is about to die.
It's all good.
I appreciate you letting me come on, guys. Hey, anybody that's on the live stream, check out Heartstorm Media whenever you guys get a chance. Heart like the heart in your chest, storm like the storm in the sky. Media, and I am out. Salute, Knicks fans.
Have a good one.
Wow. Oh dear.
10th spot in the play-in. Yeah, shout out to Heartstorm Media for coming on. Really appreciate that. Have a great one, man. Who, Gary Trent? Oh yeah, but the way the rules work, like I believe the 10th seed plays the 9th seed, and 10th seed loses that series. They're just completely out of it. 7th and 8th seed, I believe they play. I don't know. I've listened to the rules too many times. Or yeah, the 9th seed plays the 8th seed, and whoever wins that, it's 8th seed. I'm not explaining it anymore. You subbed, awesome, man. Who would I trade for? There's no one to really trade for. Honestly, no one. I guess Fournier wouldn't have been bad. A couple 2nd-round picks I wouldn't have been mad at. Yeah, I agree, Michael. That would be amazing, Scott. Yo, how many likes do we need again? I think we need 25 likes. Let me exit out StreamYard on there. It's making my laptop slow. Yo, we have 20 likes. Yeah, with LaMelo out, that's huge. But yeah, appreciate it. There's still 11 people in the chat. We've been live for an hour, but it's always nice chopping it up with my boy Heartstorm Media. Yeah, they definitely do have the injury bug. At least wasn't us. Yo, we're 2 likes away from 25 likes, y'all. If you haven't already, smash the like button if you want. Or we're 3 more away. I don't know. Will we get it? I don't know if all 10 of these people hit that like button. It says we're at 24. We might be at 23. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. 0 dislikes too. That's a good sign. Someone probably disliked now. But yeah, I appreciate all your love and support, guys. I really do. Especially on Buzzer Beater, Nick Central, Joshua Craig for being members. I greatly appreciate it. You don't have to donate, man. You work hard for that money. You don't have to. It's up to you though. Yo, we got 25 likes. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. I really appreciate that a lot. I really do. It's freaking nearly 1 o'clock in the morning and you guys are tuning in. You guys are amazing. Hope you guys know that. Coley, great supporter of the channel as well. Drew, all these guys are just true OGs and supporters. Really appreciate all of you guys. Really do. Wouldn't be possible without you guys, as you guys know. Our offensive system sucks. I'm sorry, I missed a lot of these comments because talking to my boy Heartstorm Media. Yeah, offensive system's pretty predictable. Norman Powell, I like Norman Powell. I actually would have wanted him. I don't know what we would have got though. Yeah, I really appreciate him, Michael. I really do. I really do. It's all good. What do we have? 25, 26 likes. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You guys have any more questions? I'll be live for like 5 more minutes. Gosh, this sunburn looks terrible. Yo, Ringer Rings is in the house. Yo, Ringer Rings, have you then I believe I ordered it yesterday. I texted you yesterday. Should get in like a couple days. Yo, Buzzer Beater, thank you so much for super chat, man. I really, really, really appreciate it. You did not have to do it whatsoever. I really appreciate you being a member, checking out the videos and all that. He says, congratulations. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, man. I really, really, that's like most money I've ever gotten. That's really generous of you, man. Yeah, my birthday's on Friday. Turning 17. Just thank you so much, man. I really, really appreciate it. I really do. This channel wouldn't be possible without you guys. Yeah, I'm in Aries, man. I'm in Aries. No, my birthday's on Friday. Challenge anyone to match my super chat. You guys do not have to do that. You guys do not have to do that. No, I'm broke. Oh. Oh, you guys are hilarious. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Still got 9 people. Let's see if I missed any comments earlier. Yeah, you could average 20 plus points per game. Yo, Ringer Rings, thank you so much for super chat, man. I really, really appreciate it. You donate $3.99. Thank you so much, man. I really, really do. Just it's crazy that you guys donate and show me love. Thank you. Definitely use it in a smart way. Thank you, man. Congrats on winning the shirt again. It should get to your house in like a couple days. We know RJ's locked in. I hope he goes off the rest of the season. Disrespectful what Anthony Edwards said. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna close it out. Ringer rings. Thank you so much for super chat. Buzzer beater. Everyone that supports the channel, I really greatly appreciate it. I do have school. I have to wake up in like 6 hours. But yeah, guys. Tough loss. Yeah, he pissed me off too. Tough loss. Sorry if my knowledge was off tonight. I'm really tired. Had to wake up early today for school. I woke up at like 7:40 or whatever it was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, have a good one, buzzer beater. At work, whatever you guys do, have a great one. Yeah, again, congrats on winning the shirt. It was terrible, Devin Cruz. I'm sorry you're tuning in late. I'm about to go to bed, but I really appreciate your support. RJ will be a beast. He will. All right, peace out, y'all. Again, I'm sorry I'm tired, and this may have not been the best stream for you guys, but Buzzbeater, thank you again. I really appreciate it. Turn to Broadway, Barrett. All right, peace out, y'all. Have a good one, guys.